Social Justice Goblin, welcome to the dark Ravens. Honestly, I never saw the ECW Raven Nest stuff. I've read about it. It is classic reading, and honestly, I like reading about wrestling more than watching wrestling, because that's how I grew up. Getting my wrestling was through reading. But yeah, imagine now we are the Dungeon of Doom. Yes, we're the dark side of the dungeon. What a terrible God, my God. What was Kevin Sullivan, who is a great booker, thinking when he was this some Memphis, like, oh, we're gonna do something like they would do in Memphis? Like Kamala? It's funny to read Jim Cornette's book that Kamala, who was over, was just not a good worker. But he's a nice guy, and he's suffering. Anyways, to the topic at hand. So this is going to come out way after this is the fact. But I'm going to talk about two topics. First of all, definitely loving that little Marco character. He really gave an incredible... He really got over. But he lost in the end. But if you watch it... I watched it twice. The first time I was kind of not paying attention. Like, ooh, Mexican stuff, And, I don't know what he is. But he's definitely he can get himself over. And I'm assuming some of his stuff is choreographed, because he does moves that, you have to know how to do, how he does them. So, I mean, he can do a 560. So, I mean, and the calling was good on the match, and so it was a very good match, except for the finish. And, it was weird, the crowd got into the match, but they were blah by the finish, because, honestly, the finish was just sucked. I mean, if he had won, they would have been over big time. Now, the other topic at hand. So, blood is a controversial subject in wrestling. The WWE, because they're family entertainment, blah, 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 do not have blood in their events. I mean, there have been exceptions, and Bret Hart bleeding was an exception, but by and large, there is no blood in WWE. Now, ECW, there's a ton of blood. And guess who's in charge of Raw? Mr. Paul Heyman. So if you say yes to blood, Paul Heyman will start... Who knows what Paul Heyman will do, but there will be blood. But the weird thing is, actually, blood is a very controversial thing. Because back in the athletic commissions, it varied from state to state. In the athletic commissions, when I met the athletic commissioners, they are like hyper obsessive. Like Honky Tonk Man, Wayne Ferris, he talks about how they put him on a treadmill and put breath. I mean, the commissions, they're strict. I mean, they're very strict, unless they're, possibly on the take, but, they're strict. And Maryland has a strict no blood policy. So, of course, the thing is when you do garbage matches, there's a good chance that blood, when you play with barbed wire and light bulbs and all that stuff, there's a good chance for blood. And AEW's doing a lot of the garbage matches, and we actually saw blood. I actually saw blood. Pac cut his fingers on the barbed wire thing, and, the way they were establishing blood, and they had Audrey Murphy wearing gloves, and the gloves are how you establish blood, because disease is in blood. But it's interesting. Are we gonna see a return to blood? I mean, we have seen now an accidental bleeding happen in the AEW, and and obviously this is like, blood might be appearing. I mean, I don't know, Crown Royal might have blood in it. Saudis love that stuff. It'll be interesting. with blood, black eye, and they're showing black eyes. They're showing, they're showing fight marks. So we'll see. And you can't hide when you hard way bleed. The easiest way the easiest way to show an injury is to do it the hard way, which I did. It was real. I mean, either I'm a master salesman or it hurts. I'm in actual pain and agony. So just a crazy, just putting my thoughts collectively on the whole, like watching this AEW episode and just rambling my thoughts and really, is blood coming back? Are we going to see blood in the WWE? I swear to God, Bayley, they were establishing that Bayley was going to bleed.